Well, for the very first time, the world's most famous international restaurant rating guide awarded its Michelin stars to restaurants in Florida. Miami took center stage as the city collected 11 stars, receiving the most in the state. Our Inside South Florida correspondent and premier foodie, Miriam Tapia, caught up with three chefs behind the newly awarded restaurant to talk about the historic night and what this means for the future of the culinary scene in Miami. Take a look.
When a chef, sommelier, or a restaurant receive a Michelin star, they are awarded for their quality ingredients, masterful techniques, and most importantly, their cuisine. Finally, the guide awarded 15 Michelin stars to Florida restaurants. 4 one-star restaurants were awarded to Orlando, 10 to Miami, and the only 2-star restaurant in the state is also here in the 305. Miami native and now Michelin star chef Michael Beltran was the first chef to be awarded the star that night and had one word to describe the moment.
Emotional. And I didn't really notice how long it took me to get on stage because there was like a sitting area and I didn't sit there. I was like in the farther back and I didn't necessarily hear them call our name, but everyone around me was kind of going nuts. So I was like, I guess they called our name. And it was really an amazing experience.
You are homegrown, right? You have your Cuban culture integrated into this new American cuisine. For you, what does it mean now to have your style and your cooking style, your cuisine have a Michelin star?
Well, I mean, obviously there's been a lot of like perspective thought over the last few days too, which was, one of which I had an opportunity to leave to cook elsewhere years ago. And I didn't. And I didn't because I wanted to do all these like dreams and stuff that I had here in my own city. And not only that, I wanted to highlight how special I think the city really is because, the products, the produce, the people, the culture, I mean, everything about it is incredibly special. And I just think it took, a really hardworking group of people to showcase that for the world. And I think that's what we did.
Host of Fast Foodies and former top chef Jeremy Ford can now add a Michelin star to his long list of accolades.
Tell me, now that you received this star, right, how does it feel now knowing that you're one out of 11 of restaurants here in Miami that got a star? How does it feel?
It's an incredible feeling. I mean, think about how many amazing restaurants are throughout the city. I mean, hundreds. And it didn't really even hit me until the following day when I was like driving home. I'm like, we got picked out of like Miami's culinary scene is amazing. It's at its highest level it's ever been. And for us to get get the star, like, wow.
You got this award alongside other peers who are great chefs here in Miami. How does it feel? Did you talk to one of the chefs and you were like, I can't believe we did this, man?
Yeah, it's funny. There was one guy that we had like some beef with, right? That was for years and years. And we finally squashed it. And I'm so glad because this ceremony brought us together. We squashed our old stuff. And it's just like, things like that need to continue happening, right? The culinary in Miami, the chefs we need to become more unified. We need to share with each other. We need to help each other. We need to, just be there for each other a lot more. And I think that this brought us closer together.
Upscale Korean steakhouse Cote Miami received a 1-star, and Chef David Shim thanks the city and fellow chefs for all their support.
I mean, speaking about Miami, everybody was shouting 305, 305. For me, coming from a 212 area code, it was, of course, there was the love, but love amongst the culinary scene in Miami was huge. And for me, an outsider in a way, or out of towner, I was very every time I come to Miami, the level of hospitality and the open arm environment here is so amazing that they kind of felt, they pulled me in. I was part of the crew and we were just all screaming, let's drink some more champagne, 305 all the way.
Tell me, what does this mean now to Miami and the culinary scene here?
I think the entire country is watching us now, right? Because this award is so important to chefs, restaurateurs, anybody involved in this industry this is the biggest, this is the Grammys.
I feel like we continuously need to carry the sense of excellence. I think that's what Michelin is all about. It's like having the sense of excellence, the quality. And, as I think a little deeper after the ceremony was over, the burden on my shoulder as the forefathers of Miami, the frontier creating the path for more amazing restaurateurs and restaurant chefs to come about, we just need to make a great example for ourselves, and so that this can continue, so that the prestige, I guess for a chef, this is one of the highest awards that you can receive, and it shouldn't be thought of as like, oh yeah, I got the star, that's about it. No, it's like, you have the star. Now how are we going to keep the legacy going of city of Miami, of state of Florida, so that we can, have other great restaurants come to town, other great restaurateurs to come to town, chefs to open more, so that the destination of Miami is not just what we have now, but something that we can grow into a further, and something that's going to have such a force in the culinary scene here in the US.
The job's not done. Like we still have other things to reach for. We have other goals, and retain or gain is pretty much everything we've been saying to each other since the day that this happened. Obviously we enjoyed it, but we know that we just have to work harder now, and I think the whole city is going to be doing the same thing.
I love the term that you use, Miami against the world. I saw it all around social media that night. That's a term you use, and I'm going to keep saying it, Miami against the world.
If you're interested in going to any of the 1-star or Bib Gourmand restaurants, check out the list at guide.michelin.com/US. I'm Miriam Tapia, Inside South Florida.